Hello everyone, this is CJNovo992 and today we are back with another brand new video. Today's video will be discussing the Kilmarnock 2 Rangers 1 game. That's right, the first match back from the winter break in the league after that terrific performance against Celtic crumbles into a very terribly disappointing loss. So instead of doing what I normally do at the start of the videos, we are just going to dive right into the actual video itself, so feel free to get your thoughts and opinions out there in the comments section below. So the final score, as mentioned, was Kilmarnock 2, Rangers 1. Now if you would have told me that after 15 minutes of this game, I would not have believed you, because the way we started, it was free-flowing, it was attacking, the new formation looked like it actually had some potential, the Morelos and the Jermaine Defoe partnership again looked like it had some potential. That first 15 minutes was very exciting, and we got our due just right about the 16th minute when Jermaine Defoe got on the score sheet. The man has scored previously before this game 5 out of his 6 debut matches, so it was kind of inevitable that the man would score. And what was even more inevitable was the way that he actually scored. It wasn't a world day, it wasn't hard working, it was just positional sense. There he tap goes in. That's what he's done throughout his career. He is not someone like a Morelos who's going to hold the ball up and bring others onto play. He's going to stand on the shoulder and get you tap-ins. That is his bread and butter. And the way the first goal actually broke down, in case you're wondering, is Andy Halliday had a very good shot from outside the box, saved by the goalkeeper brilliantly. He then had another save after Tavernier tapped the rebound with another fantastic save. He then saved another shot from Ryan Kent, but it rebounded into the area with Jermaine Defoe was there, and he puts it into the back of the net. And it wasn't one of these cases where we score the first goal and then we sit off and we lose the game. It was actually the opposite. We kept attacking and we kept playing well. We ended up hitting the inside of the post from Alfredo Morelos' header as well. It didn't go in. If it did, I'm pretty sure the game would have been over, but for whatever reason it rebounded back out, and then a couple of minutes later the game was flipped on its head because it was all one-way traffic. Kilmarnock never had a sniff until Joe Worrell. The man honestly tried to do the slowest Cruyff turn that I have ever seen in my entire life. Yes, you could be defending him and etc. saying there was nobody to pass to. Just turn back and hit the ball back. Then he try and be smart. That is how mistakes happen, and that's exactly how Kilmarnock got their first goal. Joe Worrell just sort of fell away. Broby reads the ball, wins it, shoves him off the ball, runs through and goal, and finishes. That is why I wanted Broby at the club. He's a nasty, vile, hard-working, clinical being the key word, bastard. He will always get you goals. It reads the mistake well for Joe Worrell, runs through and hits it by Alan McGregor on a one-on-one situation, which isn't the easiest thing to do. But that goal was honestly such a sucker punch because we were playing so well and controlling the game. And then from there, Joe Worrell's head was gone, but so was our control and composure on the ball. It started becoming a scrappy affair. There was no more quick 1-2s. There wasn't quick switches. Morelos wasn't bringing the ball into play. It just came into this sideways passing, frustrating, long punt type of game, just from one single mistake from a centre-half. And if I'm honest with you, that is all I remember from the first half. Just a lot of mistakes. The Kelly fans targeting Worrell for obvious reasons. Every single time he touched the ball after that, they were jeering his name. And you saw it clearly affected his performance. His head, as previously stated, was gone. He just started making mistake after mistake after mistake. Which is why it was very surprising that Katic didn't come on in the second half, especially when a centre-half is clearly struggling as bad as that. But we came out in the second half and we thought, you know what, Gerrard will have a word, he'll do his usual bollocking and we'll come back into the game. Still 1-1, still have a hell of a lot to play for. And for a couple of moments, it looked like we could potentially go ahead and win this game with a couple of moves, but again, not testing the goalkeeper well enough. And the true sucker punch, the suckiest of sucker punches, ended up coming from the man that we pre-signed, that I talked about in yesterday's prediction video, potentially being the match winner or completely flopping. It could have went either way. Unfortunately for us, the Rangers fans, it went Kelly's side and it went Jordan Jones's side after it ran through completely unchallenged, our two centre-halves completely backing off, just letting them in to have a shot on goal. Horrific defending. Gareth McCauley just saying, come on in son, have a wee shot at goal, see if you can beat Shagger. And he actually did. It was a low shot. Maybe you could argue that Shagger could have saved it. I know that's what the pundits were trying to say at full time on BT Sport, but for me personally, my sole blame goes to the two centre-halves for backing him off, especially Gareth McCauley. Go put pressure on the ball, block the shot. That honestly sums up this game overall, because if you look at our stats in the game, 15 shots, 7 on target. On the Kelly side, 8 shots with 3 on target. They scored 2 goals. It was absolutely infuriating, and there were so many factors that went towards this loss because we should have bounced back. We should have took that game over. The tactics, I don't really know. This new formation, yes, it was exciting when we were winning, but when you can see a team sort of sitting in deep and defending, what sort of penetration have we actually got when everyone's in the middle of the park? I thought Tavernier was very, very limited in this new formation. One of our biggest strengths, in my personal opinion, so far this season has been our wing play. Getting the ball out wide, getting the ball in the box. That has been our biggest strength. When you do this new formation, it's taken away from the wings, and even when things aren't going right, if you want to change the formation and tweak it, we just left it far too late. 65th minute or something like that, Kent finally went out wide and he started to do a couple of things. Daniel Candeias came on after they had scored the second game, and you're thinking to yourself, surely we make these changes before that, instead of being reactionary to them going ahead. Take control of the game and really go for it. I know that's all fine saying that in hindsight, but I think 5 minutes before they scored, it was clear to see that we needed to make a change. So honestly, that's kind of my fan recap done of the game. We huffed and we puffed after that. We tried our best to get ahead, but we just never created nothing. Kyle Lafferty had a volley over the bar and had a shot straight at the goalkeeper. But apart from that, that last 10-15 minutes, Kilmarnock defended their ass off and we just couldn't get by them. So it's fair to say that was a completely frustrating game, and that is my overall thoughts on it. What was your thoughts? Make sure you let me know in the comment section below. Get your thoughts and opinions out there. That is why the channel actually exists. Win, loss or draw, we are always here to talk about it after the game. And before we jump over and get to the people's opinion on Twitter, I just want to talk about Jordan Jones, because I'm sure it's going to come up and ask. Jordan Jones put in a professional performance just like Steven Gerrard asked him to do that, and the guy actually had a very good game. A lot of skill moves to get by Tavernier nearly every single time he actually wanted to. Was also an attacking outlet for them. The only thing I would say is I thought his goal celebration was a bit over the top and a little bit disrespectful to Rangers. I know that's going to set a couple of people off. What about what he tweeted to Kilmarnock? Is that no dish? I didn't care about that, right? I talk about the football. I genuinely thought the celebration was just a little bit disrespectful, running the full length to go and celebrate with the Kilmarnock bench, and the scenes after the fact, like the wee fancy touches and everything like that, kind of ripping the piss at the players. It's not really the best way to introduce yourself to the Rangers Daz on Twitter. Wee warning there, Jordan Jones, you might have replaced Josh Windass already. But final thoughts, we are solely to blame for that loss. The 2 goals that they scored was 2 clear defensive mistakes. Now, as always, I didn't actually put a poll out because I just thought everyone didn't really step up, and there was not one single player on that part that said, right, I'm going to win this game for the Glasgow Rangers, even when we went behind. So no man in the match poll. All I asked was your recaps of the game, so this should be interesting. Fares Akram says free Katic, and he hashtagged that as well. I believe that's trending in the UK right now as well. Ewan McKenzie says free Katic. Absolutely shocking. Katic and Goldson for the rest of the season, apart from the injuries or suspensions, had to be Jones. Fuck Joe Worrell. Free Katic says free Katic. Works with the name. Willie says Bromby, Cocky and Jordan Jones can sit and greet as his contract is getting ripped up. Drogo says shite. Just absolutely shite. Zach Jag says Worrell was awful based on that game. Should have killed the game off in the first 20 minutes. Not efficient enough. Lafferty didn't do much. The Buffalo couldn't get an actual look in. Joshua McGinty says more Worrell, more problems. Danny Taylor says this is what I thought of tonight's game, and it's just a gif of him throwing a TV out the window. I feel you, mate. I feel the exact same. Andrew Crome says, hugely frustrating result and performance. Much prefer having Kent and Candeias on the wings rather than playing narrow. Ultimately, it was the 2 individual errors that lost us the game though, so I'm not going to get too down, even though it hurts. Time to learn and time to move on. Chris Lee says, Gerrard will bring us 55, but this inexperience is definitely showing. Messing around with the formation in a high pressure game is suicidal, and not making subs to change the game frustrates the tits off me. Cairo Keane says, ban the 4-4-2. Darren said, honking, honking, honking. Worrell is a liability. Ryan Whitlock says, utter pish. I love Gerrard as much as anyone, but he needs to stop changing the formation for the big games just to fit players in. Back to one up front, pretty please. Ross Watson just says, horrific. Resilient Reese says, 3 words for fuck sake. Sean Carson says, Joe Worrell should never wear a Rangers top again. He's a shocking defender, and 2 up front does not work. Jordan says Katic should start. There's a lot of that. Jamie RU987 says Worrell was a disgrace and Katic should be starting. Jordan Jones looked great for them, and I'm looking forward to watching him play for the Rangers. That's actually a pretty tidy comment there, mate, especially towards Jordan Jones. A lot nicer than most. Stuart Mack says defensively poor, 2 huge mistakes cost us the game. Callum McGuinness says eyes are actually bleeding. And the last one I'll read out comes from Zach Winnan. He says free the Katic. One little thing I want to say about the Katic situation, there must be a reason why he's dropped. There must be attitude, they must not be training hard enough. I just didn't get it. A man of his ability, why he's not playing when we're so defensively weak. There has to be something in that, and I'd love to actually know. So if anyone's got an inside scoop, please let me know in the comment section below. I need to know why Katic isn't playing even when our number 1 centre back is out injured, which is obviously corner goal. So, but that's it. You've heard the people's opinion. You've heard mine. Hopefully, if you haven't done so already, you'll get involved in the comment section below. Last thing I want to say is, if you'd like to support the channel directly, the link for that will be down in the description below. And as always, I've been CJNova92. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.